Have you ever felt like there's got to be a different way to think about faith? Well, today we are diving into a pretty radical idea, the restoration of an ancient path, something known simply as the way. So let's start with a really provocative question, okay? What if the spiritual systems we all know today, the ones that shape billions of lives, what if they were fundamentally hijacked, twisted from their original purpose?
The core idea we're exploring here has a name. It's called imperial rust. It's this fascinating concept of what happens when a spiritual movement, which was originally designed to empower you, the individual, gets co-opted by empires. It just slowly corrodes, right? It morphs from a tool for personal growth into an engine for controlling the masses.
And this slide, wow, it just lays out the difference so clearly. On one side, you have the imperial faith model. Its goal is salvation, and you're basically a subject, a child. The law feels like a cage, and the cross is treated like a cosmic altar. But then you look at the way. The goal there is completely different. It's tikkun, the active renovation of the world. And you're not a subject, you're a co-worker. The law isn't a cage, it's your armor. And the cross, well, it's not a victory symbol. It's viewed as a crime scene. It's a total flip.
So if that's the corrupted model, how do we possibly get back to the original design? Let's dive in and start uncovering the actual blueprint for the way.
Now, the way isn't some New Age invention. It's framed as a restoration. Picture this. You take the solid, ethical bedrock of ancient Hebrew thought and you plug it into this huge cosmic vision for repairing all of reality. So it's deeply grounded, but its goal is, well, universal. And at the absolute center of it all is this concept, Ein Sof, the infinite source. And there's no confusion here, no complicated doctrines. It's just strict, uncompromising monotheism. One single, indivisible architect of everything. That absolute clarity is the foundation for the entire system.
But, to be fair, this isn't about just tossing everything out. The argument is that the big imperial faiths actually did a pretty good job of preserving some crucial elements. Things like the sacred texts, right? The core ethic of mercy, or chesed. And, importantly, that radical idea of a universal invitation, that this path is open to everyone, not just one tribe.
Okay, but this is where the way really demands a massive shift. A shift in how you see yourself. It's all about your role. You're not meant to be a passive subject, you are an active agent.
Just look at this breakdown. It's night and day. The subject is dependent, just waiting to be saved by what they believe. The coworker, though, they're an active agent who gets aligned through discipline. The subject is like a protected child waiting for instructions, while the coworker steps up and takes responsibility as an authorized deputy in the world.
And the whole theological basis for this comes from this incredibly powerful Hebrew concept, tselem. It doesn't just mean a passive image of something. Think of it more like a statue a king would place in a faraway part of his kingdom to show that his authority is still there. You are that deputy placed right here to act on behalf of the architect.
And if that all sounds a little too radical, think about this quote for a second. If the whole point was just to be a passive follower, how could anyone possibly do greater things? This isn't a call to just worship someone, it's a commission. It's basically the ultimate delegation of authority. So let's look at the org chart, if you will. The source, Ein Sof, is the architect. The general, or Mashiach, isn't a god to be worshipped, but the template, the first co-worker who showed everyone it could be done. And then there's you. In this framework, you're the sons of light, the deputies, the co-workers who are here to actually finish the job.
Okay, so if you're a coworker on a cosmic project, you're going to need some tools, right? You need a toolkit. So how do you operate? That brings us to the armor and the test.
First thing we have to do is completely reframe how we see the law. In the imperial system, it's often painted as a cage, right? A tool for social control that just creates obedient subjects. But in the way, the law is your armor. It's a personal discipline that forges you into a sovereign agent and, crucially, protects you from the real enemy.
And what is that enemy? Well, it's not another country or some rival group. The enemy is Sheker, the lie. It's this cosmic force of chaos, deceit, and entropy. It's the force that breaks things down, creates confusion, and stifles life itself. And you fight it first inside yourself, and then you fight it in the world. So how exactly do you fight the lie? You're given a simple but really powerful tool, the litmus test.
Before any big decision or action, you run it through 3 filters. Number 1, does this create order or chaos? Number 2, does it promote vitality or stagnation? And number 3, can I do this with total transparency, or does it need to hide in the shadows of deceit?
And when an action actually passes that test, it's expected to produce real, tangible results. These are called the fruits. And the Hebrew terms here are just perfect. Emet, which is integrity, Chaim, which is vitality, Shalom, which isn't just lack of conflict but a deep, sustainable peace, and Tiferet, which is beauty and order. The idea is a truly good action has to produce all 4 of these.
So what's the point of all this? This new identity, this armor, this test, what's it all for? Well, it all serves one massive overarching mission, the repair of reality itself.
And that mission has a name, tikkun. It means repair or renovation. It's the active, hands-on, never-ending process of finding what's broken, chaotic, or false in the world, and then systematically fixing it. This, right here, is the coworker's mandate.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. The way is not a religion about some savior figure you just worship. It's presented as the religion practiced by that figure, a path that you are then called to walk yourself. It doesn't offer you safety if you just submit. No, it demands your sovereignty, and in return, it offers you cosmic responsibility.
And that leaves us with one final and kind of unavoidable question. If you really are an authorized deputy, a coworker, and not just some helpless subject, then what broken piece of the world, right there in front of you, has your name on it? What part is your responsibility to repair?